Every promotion someone gets makes the spread or override between them and the RVP smaller. I'll show you the mathematics. Therefore, someone earns a larger contract only because they have built more consistent producers and production. Consistent is a vital piece of this puzzle for those particularly interested in having a consistent income. Anybody interested in a consistent income? Yeah. What's important is learning how to build consistent production. Here's an example of smaller spread. Okay, left. Here's a rep. Entry level, just get a license there at a 25% contract. The RVP contract is how big?
95.
95%. 95 minus 25 equals 70%. What does 70% mean?
The spread.
That's the override. Everybody say override.
Override.
Does everybody know the difference in a commission and an override?
Yes.
Commission is something that you earn by you producing. An override is something you earn by recruiting and training and teaching them how to produce. Your incentive to help them become a producer so they can earn money for themselves, and that when they do, you earn override. So the more overrides, the better, right?
Right.
Okay, now when they get promoted to senior rep, their contract gets bigger, your override gets smaller. When they go to district, they're earning now more income. They're at 50, you're on 45%, so your override went from 700 to 600, now it's down to 450. When they get promoted to division, they're earning 60%. Your override's down to 35% or $350. When they're at regional leader, it's down to 25%. When they're at senior regional leader, you got a 15% override. So your override went from $700 at a rep to $150 as a senior regional leader. So what's the moral of this story? Notice as the producer's contract gets larger and larger, the override gets smaller and smaller. Why is this aspect of our business important for you, I, and everyone else in our sales force and our company to completely understand?
You gotta earn your promotion. You gotta keep recruiting.
Grow production.
These answers.
You gotta earn your promotion.
Why is this slide very, very important for everyone to understand?
Because you gotta grow the pie.
Just promote to promote, you're not going to get anything.
For overrides, so they earn a promotion. I'll get to the answer. Here's a growth override example. Okay, that's the same, but here the rep, instead of staying at 1,000 in production, they actually grew, so the override grew even though the override went smaller. This district's not doing
As you get
one, they're
promoted,
doing
you're supposed to do more.
4,000, so the override, even though the override is smaller, the override amount still went up because the production went up even though the percentage went down. At division, if this division goes from a rep doing 1,000 to a division because he's building a team who's doing 8,000, the override is still growing even though the override dollar amount is growing even though the percentage is shrinking. At regional leader doing 12,000, the override is 3,000, but if this senior regional leader does 15,000, the override goes backwards again to 2,200 because the override is only 15%. So this person is, as they're doing more business, is making more money. See that?
Yeah.
And this is working too until until this override is small. So what is the moral of this story?
Teach them to grow.
Grow?
Teach growth. Okay to get a smaller piece of the pie as long as the pie's getting bigger.
What was this?
It's okay to get a smaller piece of the pie as long as the pie's getting bigger.
There you go. Okay, that's a good point. That's the idea of the business. But here's the moral. Is RVPs who promote people who have not yet built larger and most importantly consistent production will see their income go down, not up. That's the moral of the story.
Right.
If you're promoting people who aren't growing, any RVPs in here? I'm talking to you. Anybody want to be an RVP?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. So if you promote people who have not built a team or producers or production and their numbers never go up, you are the one. And if they follow this system, okay. You're exactly right. Okay. This is due to generational creep. So what is the solution to this problem, or issue, or reality? So the solution to this reality is to learn, what's that say? How to and actually recruit, train, license, and build productive people to the level 3 and level 4 leaders. Now it's like you didn't know that, right? Who didn't know that? Who knew that? Okay, that's the whole ball game. What do you need to focus on when you get up in the morning?
Building people.
Recruit, train, develop productive people. And the faster they become productive, the better. You want the slow train, Jimbo, or the fast train?
Fast.
You want to do the slow, painful, grinded out process, start making some money a couple of years from now? Or do you want to get competent within the first 3 months of your career? That's the question. You need to get intense about building some producers now. And if they ain't ready to move now, say, hey, whenever you're ready, give me a call. I need to find somebody who wants to move now. I don't have time to waste with people who don't want to make some money now. I want to change my life now. I'm looking for people who want to change their life now, too. Is that you? It's no problem. Hey, how much money do you have saved? Say none. You like having none? I'm in the business of showing people who have none how to have some. Now, is that you or not? Yes. This isn't very complicated. Some people being broke, it doesn't bother them. They've been broke their whole life, they're broke now, and you show them an opportunity to fix it, and they say, you know what, I think I'll stay broke. I don't get it. You can't fix stupid. No matter how hard you try. There's the ignorant, and then there are the stupid. Ignorant, they don't know how to solve their problem. Well, once you go in and give a great presentation, and you show them what to do, and you show them how it works, and you show them all the people winning, and you show them the crusade, and you tell them you'll help them do it, and they still don't want to move, they have now gone from ignorant to stupid. You can't fix stupid. Period. Let me share something with you if you didn't know. There are lots of stupid people. And you might be one. You know how many people know what to do but don't do it? You have any idea the people in America who know what to do but can't get themselves to do it? Anybody that gets themselves to do it, then they're in the book. So in other words, it's to become a level 4 leader. That's like, I'm going to become, you just write down, I'm going to become a level 4 leader come heck or high water. That's my purpose in life. I got to learn how to build producers. I'm going to learn how to build reproducers. I'm going to study the information. I'm going to focus. I'm not going to focus on the Boston Bruins. How much money is known about the Boston Bruins making you?
None.
Yes, well, you know the definition of goal-oriented means? Huh? Somebody tell me the definition of goal orientation. I like that. Close.
Being focused on your goal.
Huh?
Being focused on your goal.
All right. That's all right. Yes.
Everything you do is focused on your goal.
Exactly right. You have a goal, and you only do the stuff that moves you to your goal. That's goal-oriented. If your goal is to be a big vice president, and you know everything in the sports page, your goal really ain't to be a big vice president. So what they want, did the Bruins win last year?
Yeah.
What'd that make you?
Nothing.
Happy.
So they win millions, you're still broke? What's the big deal, bro? You seen grown men wear a jersey with somebody else's name on the back? I mean, a kid I can see having a hero, but a grown man? Grown man? a wave. Can you imagine the Boston Bruins guy running around town with a jersey with your name on his back?
Beat him up.
This is your life? Well, my life is so pitiful. It's the only happiness I have seeing my team win. So you need to fix that. Maybe if you spend less time focusing on that, more time on your business, you can turn that around. Just a thought. You know, it's rich. It's not so much you talk about the license and stuff, and that is true, but it's people are softer. Americans are softer today than they were. This country 400 years ago was built by Rough Riders and like wild people. They came to America and decided that I would rather come to a unpopulated country and live in the woods and have to kill for my food than stand in the bread lines of Europe. And we ain't putting up with this crap over here in Europe waiting for the king to give me some porridge. I'd rather die in America and have a chance and be a pioneer and build something on my own. But that ain't the America today. You know how many people in America today are sitting on the couch watching television waiting for their check to come in the mail? Pitiful! All right, let me get back on track. It's not that the business of us, people are so soft. They've been what's the word for it?
Brainwashed.
No, they've been domesticated. Domesticated. It's like you put a lion in a zoo, raised the lion in the zoo, and then you took him to Africa and let him out in the wild. What would happen to that lion? That lion's dead. Not because he ain't a lion. Not because it doesn't have teeth, not because it doesn't have the ability. He's been domesticated. You bring a guy been working for the post office here for 20 years, put him in Primerica, odds are he don't have a chance.
No.
Why? Not because he ain't good. He's been you know what I'm saying? I've been challenged for 20 years. How hard is it to work at the Hamburger Hamlet? It ain't hard at all. How long is it to pump gas? These jobs, most people, after 6 months on most jobs, people stop growing.
Right.
They stop getting better. Because they're not challenged anymore. And Primerica will challenge you at every level, will it not? You got to keep growing. That's the secret here. It's about, okay, let me get back on that.